Hello, guys. I'm Noelia from Argentina, and you can't imagine how many times I saw the show. It's amazing. So, congrats for that.
Thank
I
you.
really love it. And one of the things that made me so happy is that in this show, Elle is dealing with a lot of things, especially with first love, with the magnetic of first love. Uh, from Miles and Dustin's perspective, uh, why do you think both of them are so in love with her?
Jacob. Oh, yes, it's lovely to talk to you. Yeah, I think for both of our characters, I don't want to speak too much for you, but I think there's just a spark instantly as soon as they meet her. The first time you meet Miles in the show is his first time meeting her, and I don't think he's met anyone like her in his entire life. She is so authentically herself. She's so courageous. She's brave and she's smart and funny. And I think it changes everything he thought he knew about the world. And I think you watch him sort of untangle those feelings throughout the first time. And something I will say about shooting the show in general and shooting in this age demographic is everything is happening for the first time to these characters. This is the first sparks of love. This is the first, hint of failure and triumph, and all those emotions are so ripe. So it was incredibly exciting to play. And yeah, who doesn't love to play romance? It's great.
I mean, I think
yes.
For myself, one of the really interesting things about on my first day when I arrived, we both ended up shooting our meet cute scenes on the same day.
Yeah, it was our first scene, right?
And the first thing that I saw of the show at all, I arrived a little bit early to kind of see what was going on and to get a feel for the set. And the first thing that I watched was that scene where you kind of bump into each other and everything, and you kind of like back through the door as you're saying her name, and I was like, oh, Jesus, maybe shouldn't have came in. I'm too much. I can't handle this kind of smoke, really. But I think our dynamics with Elle are simultaneously, they, as Jacob says, they both kind of have this spark to them, but they're very, very different, because I think kind of in the way that Miles seems very kind of in ways open to kind of this change. Like Dustin is very hesitant to kind of trust Elle, I think, at the beginning, in part because I think the how would I describe it? I think even though in Seattle there's a lot of talk about people caring a lot about things like the environment or social justice, I think also, especially in the kind of grunge culture of the moment, there was a lot of just kind of a malaise of apathy over a lot of things. And so I think Dustin's used to kind of feeling like he has to shake people out of that in some way. But the fact that Elle is so immediately there and enthusiastic about so many things, and so immediately herself in a way that he also has never experienced before, he kind of isn't sure what to make of that spark initially, and isn't sure what to make of her kind of overall. And even though over the course of the series he comes to see that she's actually this kind of wonderful person who really does have the best of intentions, he's still standoffish. And so their dynamic is, at least at the beginning of the show, fundamentally informed by that, which was really interesting to play also, and kind of created a contrast with Miles's dynamic with Elle.
Both dynamics were so magnetic. When I was in it, was like, okay, I don't know how it's so difficult for her to choose one of them. And one of the things that made me so happy was Kimberly's party. Can we talk a little bit about that? Because all the dynamic changed after that party. How it was for you as actors to say, okay, now I need to my character needs to face his feelings.
Yeah, that is the episode.
Yeah, a lot, and lots going on in that episode. First off, that was a crazy week.
Yeah,
but I think, I mean, for Dustin going into that particular kind of set of scenes, he has this more and more throughout those scenes. We kind of see this internal conflict, because obviously he has his own ideas about what's going on at the school and how he wants to let people know about what he suspects is occurring, which is kind of diametrically opposed to Elle's intentions for what she would like to have going on. And obviously there are reasons for that, and he isn't kind of aware of all the facts. But I think, especially as we kind of move through those scenes to the latter half, where he can see that she's kind of in this distress, but then she kind of steps into herself in this new way, and then he kind of joins her in that, and it's there where I think he first starts to suspect that there's something between them that's more than just this kind of like almost antagonistic relationship that's existed up until that point. And then that kind of pushes that conflict even further, and he kind of moves forward ahead with his plan whilst kind of maybe simultaneously having feelings that it might not be the right thing, but he's used to going into things with so much conviction, and he's used to being right, and he's used to kind of having other people maybe trying to pull him back but he's not used to the intentions of those people being to protect other people around them. He's used to that being kind of a mode of self-protection for whoever he's trying to kind of go against, I suppose.
Yeah. And I think it's the first time that Miles feels that she's not going to sit around and wait, for him. I think and I think it feels in that scene it's he's struggling with what is their friendship going to become, and he doesn't want to lose her. And I think he sees that she moves on very quickly. She has a plan, and I think it is one of those episodes where he has to he starts to question, who do I want to be? And that question, I think, lives with Miles the entire first season, through her. And he starts to ask that question because of her. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy for the show, and congrats.
Thank you so much. It's great to talk to you.
Thank you.